Hello, my fellow Chalk and friends. It's Megan Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well on this Friday, that you are staying safe, staying clean, not sneezing on anybody, and behaving yourselves. Yes. I'm trying really hard to behave myself. I'm not that good at it. But I got a lot of people that like to make sure I behave myself. So I am being good. I'm being good. I hope you are too. Welcome. We are going to make something really super sweet tonight with the pattern blocks. And I'm doing that intentionally because the pattern blocks are retiring. And if you don't know what I'm talking about this big, huge, ginormous transfer. This is a D-size transfer. And it has 4 different patterns on it called pattern blocks. This is a very nice staple piece to your transfer collection because it's 4 different patterns. They're a very nice size and you can use them for all kinds of different things. So we're going to use these guys tonight because if you've ever entertained the idea of getting these, now is the time because they're going to retire at the end of the month. Never fear. I do have a few, but they won't last forever. So if you have ever thought about the pattern blocks, now is the time to get off the fence. So I'm going to make this really sweet little project with them tonight that is totally inspired by one of you. A very nice friend of ours sent me a picture of an adorable project that she made. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is like awesome. I need to copy that. If she's here tonight, she should fess up. Maybe she should fess up, right? Very, very nice friend of ours made this, sent me a picture, and I'm totally copying it. Oh, she's almost here. So it's Carol with an E. Carol with an E made this. Oh, there she is. Carol with an E. I'm totally stealing your idea tonight. You have inspired me to try to create or recreate something that you made, that you sent me a picture of. So I'm going for it. It's never going to be as pretty as the one that you made. So if you want to post it, feel free to post the gorgeousness that you made. I'm changing it up a little bit. So Carol she took my very favorite part of the pattern blocks is the daisies. I just love this pattern. It is so pretty and whimsical, and there's so many different things you can make with it. So I'm totally stealing this one, but she did the daisies on a black board and base, and I'm going to actually do it on a white surface. So we're going to do it a little different than she did it, just because, you know, I can't steal her idea completely. I thought about it, but, you know, I can't steal it completely. I really did think about it, though. But yeah, we're going to try something just a little bit different with it. So we're going to use the pretty little daisies. We're going to use a 5x7 canvas, nothing fancy here. And we're going to use the trio called Forever Trio, which is home, together, and forever, which, anybody else feeling home, together, forever right now? I'm kind of feeling home, together, forever today. It's Friday, right? It's totally Friday. So we're going to use this super cute. This is the new trio. So kind of like the mini icons, every catalog comes this 3-word. I like to call them the 3-word bangers. I don't know why. It has no reference to me other than it's funny to me. But it's the 3-worders. It's a transfer, an A-size transfer that has 3 very nice words in it that are extremely versatile. And these words can be coordinated with so many different transfers. It's not even funny. So they're another staple piece. So we're using 2 staple transfers tonight. Transfers that I truly feel that if you're going to chalk, once you get creative past creating the transfers the way they're designed to be made, are really nice transfers to have because it gives you complete creative freedom, like complete creative freedom. You can make whatever the heck you want with these guys. So that's what we're doing. So I am Megan Maria. I'm an independent Chalk Couture designer. Chalk Couture is an amazing company. We make adhesive silkscreen transfers that you can use over and over and over again to create all kinds of different products or projects with all kinds of different mediums. You can use our Chalkology paste. You can use our Couture ink. You can use etching cream. You can use foiling compound if you're a foiler, and we do have a foiling project coming up next week. For those of you who aren't familiar with foiling, it's my first love besides stained glass. Stained glass, foiling, and foiling and Chalk Couture are on the same level, but I foiled before I chalked, so it's close. Foiling is just very easy and very fun. So we're going to foil. You can use a foiling compound with your transfers. You can pretty much use anything that you can slide through a silkscreen. It's not going to hurt them. So it's a very, very nice, very versatile craft to have. So tonight, we're making something cute. So that's what Chalk Couture is. I have the amazing privilege to be a designer, which is nothing more than I get a discount and I get to talk to you guys. Oh, and I can sell the stuff to you. That's the other thing that I can do. All right, so I need to stop and say hello because you are all here on this Friday night. Hello, Linda, and Linda Squared. Carol is here. Verge is here. Carol with an E, who is our honored guest this evening. Verge is here. Hello, Verge. Kathy Moon. Hey, Kathy Moon. Hey, Cheryl. I hope you guys are all being safe. Think about you guys all day. I hope everybody's washing their hands, everybody's staying inside, and everybody's being good. All right, so let me show you what we're making here tonight. So I have a very simple 5x7 canvas. I think you can, yeah, it's in the right direction for you. I like these canvases. I don't even know what they're called. They're canvases on a cardboard sheet, basically. It's instead of stretched canvases. And I like these because I like to put them in frames, because then it gives me that just little extra added detailing of whatever frame I choose to pick. I'm not a fan of stretched canvases, never have been. So that's why I like these little stapled ones on cardboard. They're thin, they're easy, they're inexpensive. Holy cow, they're inexpensive. And we are going to make a combination here. It's going to be small, super sweet. We're going to get a little creative with color. So this is really probably more a chalking, maybe 102, maybe even 103 project. So for those of you who have been, you know, dusting off your chalking skills, this is a good one to kind of take you to the next level, because we're going to do a little bit of masking. We're going to do a little painting with a paintbrush. We're going to just try to have a little fun with it. So what Carol with an E did with it was she took a black board. She chalked in white, I think. I'm guessing this is what she did. She chalked some of the daisies in a very pretty morning, I'm assuming it's morning sky blue. And then she did some of them in white, and then she went in and she colored in the middle of the daisies yellow. That's how I'm assuming she did it. I don't really know if she did that or not. Canvas boards. Thank you, Linda. See, it takes a village to raise Maria. So what I want to do, originally I wanted to do the daisies in black, but then I realized the whole petal and I was thinking it was just going to outline them, but it's the whole petal. So we're going to do the petal, or we're going to do the flowers, the big flowers in Couture Coral. We're going to do some little ones in Raspberry Sorbet. And if it still looks okay, we're going to go back and we're going to do the centers like Carol with an E did it in the yellow. And then I really was trying to get Storm, which I put somewhere in front of me. And now it's poof. Oh, there it is. We might do the word in Storm. I'm not sure what color we're going to do the word. That remains to be seen. We're going to do the word last anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take this beautiful brand new adhesive silkscreen transfer, and it has lines on it. Those lines are cut lines. That's so I can cut my transfer apart. And because today I feel like I'm going to be home together forever with my children. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. Y'all feel my pain. You know where I'm going with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this transfer and I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to put the daisies over it. And that this will provide a mask. So I'm going to have a clean band in the middle where you will see the white. And so I'm going to have daisies, a band of white with the word, and then daisies on the bottom. So carefully take my transfer off, and I'm going to line up my home where I want it. Oh my goodness, Angela is here. Holy cow. Angela, don't think we've ever caught you live. Hello, welcome to our Chalkin' Party. Angela is from Texas, for those of you who do not know Miss Angela. Everybody say hi, Angela. Angela, I guess what would you be, Angela? You are married to my husband's nephew. I gotta think that through. What would you be? I don't know. You're my family. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Angela's family. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to simply take my daisies and I'm gonna put it right over the other transfer. I'm being strategic about where I put the daisies so that I can see them where I want them to be. I'm gonna just smoosh them down. You know, all I'm doing is pushing out my air. And start my chalk paste. Ugh. Okay, so open up my chalk paste. These are two very bright colors, and you all know my insides are going, right? Because I like pale colors. I don't typically chalk in bright colors. But today, I feel the world needs a little brightness, right? So we're just gonna try to brighten it up a little. I was doing one of those, I need to count my blessings days. Don't you have those days? Maybe I'm the only one. I could be. I was totally having one of those. Angela's my favorite. Angela, of course. You're one of my favorites. Yes, of course, Angela. You're one of my children's favorites. One of them. There's many. The Brorman family, for those of you who don't know, my husband is one of 12 children. There are a lot of Brormans. There are a lot. So you can't really say any one is your favorite because there's lots of them. Lovely people, though. Do you have to wax the canvas boards? I do not, Kathy. I really have gotten away from waxing a lot. But no, you don't wax canvas. Virginia says, Angela, you're everyone's favorite. I do notice, Virginia, that your little picture, your profile picture is you and Angela. So I'm thinking, Angela, you might be high on Virg's list too. All right, so I'm just smooshing down my canvas, or my transfer. I'm going to do the big flowers in Couture Coral, and I'm going to, no, I said it backwards. I'm going to do the big flowers in Raspberry Sorbet, and I'm going to do the little flowers in Couture Coral. Just because I like Raspberry Sorbet better. So I want it to be the more predominant. I am going to use the multi-purpose tool because this is going to be a little bit of detail work because I'm going to want to get in there and then not put color where I don't want color. And actually, I should bring this down a little bit. When you're doing a masking job, you do want to pay attention to, like, when you get down here, how much of the little flowers you get. Because you don't want it to look goofy that, you know, you only have like one petal and then it's like, what the heck was that supposed to be? So you don't get bleeding. Oh, okay, I see what you mean, Kathy. What I do on canvas, Kathy, you asked me if I wax it. I don't wax it, I sand them very lightly. I just take a sanding block. In fact, I had it out before I take a sanding block that I buy them at the dollar store. Nothing fancy. I'm sure there's grades of sandpaper on here. I pay no attention to it. I just do a very light sand. What that does is it kind of evens out the bumps on your canvas. And my canvas is, or my transfer is not straight. You are delightful, Angela. All the Brormans are delightful. I kind of like hit the jackpot in the in-law department when it came to the crazy Brorman group. Totally hit the jackpot. I am not complaining at all. Okay, so again, I'm smooshing out my air. So yeah, Kathy, I don't wax. So you can do one of two things. I've done both. I've done gesso, or yeah, I think that's how you say it, gesso or gesso. Gesso, which is a medium that you can paint on your canvases, kind of like Mod Podge, but not. Some people put Mod Podge on them to kind of, you know, fill in the bumpiness of the canvas. I don't do that. I did in the beginning because Linda was so gracious when she was working at that favorite store of mine called Michael's. She introduced me to gesso. I don't use the gesso anymore because you have to paint it on and wait 24 hours, and I don't have that kind of time, usually, nor do I have that kind of patience. So that's why I just very lightly sand, and then I don't get bleeding. Okay, so we are going to, big ones are Raspberry Sorbet, little ones are Couture Coral. I have to pay attention to the clock because I need to pick up young Master Joseph from work. So I need to pay attention. So I am going to just go right along my little pretty little daisies. I'm doing all the big ones in the same color. So I'm just going to avoid the little ones. So it's relatively easy to go around. Just pay attention because I get very squeegee happy, and all of a sudden, whoosh, I've done a swipe with my squeegee and I have chalk, a color chalk where I did not want that color. So you do have to think it through, go fast, but don't go too fast, is the moral to that story. And I could have used a bigger squeegee. I should have saved this for, or could use this just when I do the little ones. But I do want to get those little pops of color in here. So is everybody surviving our interesting world today? We have homeschooled for the first week successfully, and now we are moving on to spring break, which is where things are really going to get interesting because at least during, I'm going to switch to a bigger squeegee. At least when we had the schoolwork, my kids had more to do. But that's okay. We will conquer. Next week, I think we're cleaning out closets. Won't they be excited that that's what they're doing on their spring break? But you know what? It's not all about them. I know they're shocked to hear that too, that it's not all about them. So I'm sorry. I know I can see scrolling of comments. I'm not ignoring you. I just know I need to, I'm racing against the clock here at this point. So I just want to make sure I'm paying attention. I'm not putting color where I don't want color. Because I'm about to go in and switch to the Couture Coral so that we get the combinations of colors. So we're going to do the top half, pull it, and then do the bottom half. That, again, will give me time. So I'm going back in now. I've got my multi-purpose tool. Now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to get these little guys. That gives me a really nice variety in color so that it's not all one big block. Now what Carol with an E did was she went back in and she colored in, I think that's how you did it, Carol. Correct me, Carol, if that's not how you did it. I'm assuming she went back in with a paintbrush and did the middle of the flowers then in a really pale yellow, which would be daffodil. It was very pretty. We will do that if we have time. But again, I got to pick Joe up from work, so I don't have a ton of time. He is supposed to text me. He works at our local ice cream shop, one of our many local ice cream shops. And I'm just going to put, ooh, look at our cute little daisies. Oh my gosh, isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh, love it. Okay, so I'm just holding it up. I don't want to lay it down because there's chalk on it. And if I lay it down, this chalk is going to go into this silk screen. I'm going to carefully take my dryer. I'm going to point it away from my silk screen, and I'm just going to give it a little drying. I'm pointing it away from my silk screen because, unfortunately, this is a heat gun, and it will melt my transfer. I know this from experience, unfortunately, and I don't want to melt my transfer. So I'm just drying my chalk paste. Normally, I would not dry my chalk paste, but I didn't do a really good squeegee job, so I had a lot more chalk paste on here than I normally would. So that's why I wanted to dry it. Okay, so we got the top part done. Now we're just going to do the bottom. We're going to do basically the same thing at the bottom. Big ones will be Raspberry Sorbet, and little ones will be Couture Coral. Oops, it moved on me. Why did it move on me? And when I'm done with this, I will stop and take a second and look at your comments. I think I saw Carol with an E say, ooh, she used toothpicks. So Carol, did you go in then with the toothpick and just kind of put in the yellow? I will do the watercolor technique, I think, with the, where you just take a paintbrush. I think that's what I'm going to do.
because I don't have toothpicks down here. If we get time. Again, we're racing against the clock because I got to go get Joe. So yeah, he works at the local ice cream place, and they're at drive-through only. So he didn't know if he'd have to work his normal full shift or if he would get sent home early, depending on how busy they were, I would imagine. Okay, now I'm going to go back in, do my Couture Coral. So it doesn't look like much when you're doing it all over your screen. It's when you pull up your transfer that you're like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. The colors turned out awesome. I like this color combination of Raspberry Sorbet and Couture Coral. Couture Coral is one of our most popular colors, just because it's a really cool color. It's bright, but not too bright, unlike Guava. Guava is a very, I like to refer to it as neon orange. It is also a very popular color. It's just not a color I particularly care for. Okay, so I take this, I'm gonna stick it right in my water bath right next to me. Okay, we're doing okay on time. So now, I'm going to do home, and I was really struggling with what color to do home in, because I was really thinking that it would be nice in Storm, just, you know, to kind of give it an additional color. I'm just washing off my squeegees. Much easier to clean off your squeegees when your chalk paste is wet than when your chalk paste is dry. Thank you, Angela. I don't know what you for saying I love that. I'm not sure what you're saying barely to. So that it could be that we said that a while, and unfortunately with the I don't remember. Oh, Carol likes the colors. Thank you, Carol with an E. Okay, so I think I want to do Storm for the word. I gotta get my subtle in there somewhere, right? So open up my chalk paste. Don't be alarmed when you open up your chalk paste and they're all chunky like this, or glumpy. It's not really chunky, it's glumpy. This is, if I would stick this in my microwave for 8 seconds and stir it, it would go away. But I am too lazy, and it works just fine being glumpy, so I just keep using it glumpy. But one of these days, I'm gonna take it upstairs, I'm gonna stick it in my microwave for 8 seconds, put water in it, and stir the heck out of it. And my little glumps will go away. It is because of the temperatures and freezing. So I'm just gonna go right across our home. And, oh, barely surviving the quarantine, yep. We have had, I really have to say, I'm not complaining. We have had so much fun. I have amazing kids. They just roll with things. Look at how cute that is. I take my this to stick it right in my water bath. So again, these pattern blocks are retiring. So if you love these pattern blocks, which I know a bunch of you do, it is time. Okay. Carol with an E. Thank you for inspiring me. This is so cheery and so springy and so puts me right in a whole new mood. Thank you, Carol with an E. I needed this today. I totally needed this today. I had something happen that I've never had happen before, which is another one of those totally put a smile on my face. And he watches our replay, so I hope he's watching. I need to message him. I've been meaning to all day. I got a package in the mail today from Amazon that I did not order. I've never gotten a gift from Amazon where, you know, somebody orders something and they send it to you and it's a gift. Oh my goodness. I got the most amazing gift today from a family member, another one of those, the crazy Brewerman clan. I got a gift for my children and I got a gift for me, and I thought it was the nicest, sweetest little thing in the whole wide world. Oh, Carol, you're so funny. You should be honored, Carol. Look at how pretty this is. So bright and cheery. Okay, Virginia says, being so shy, Angela, this should be good for you. Yeah, Angela is not known for her shyness. All right, so I am having a thought. I was going to do the center of the flowers in, so see, this is what, in this little area here is where Carol made them yellow, and she did it with a toothpick. I was going to make them yellow, but you know, I kind of have my love for wisteria. So I'm going to pull my wisteria out because Mama needs her some wisteria. And where are my, oh goodness, really? I need to move into my new craft room. All right, so my little dishy tray things are in the other room. So we're going back to old school. I'm going to just take a little bit of wisteria. I'm going to put it right on my mat, like so. I'm just going to add a little water to kind of water it down a little. Not a lot. I don't need a lot of water. So you can do this right on your mat. If you have those really cute little white trays that you get when you buy the bundles for your paste packets, that's an easier way to do this. Okay, so I'm just watering down my chalk paste a little bit. This is also how we do the watercolor technique. I'm not watering it down as much though. Right, Carol with an E? Wisteria. Love us some wisteria. So I'm going to take a paintbrush. I'm going to dip it in my watered down wisteria. And I'm just going to go in the center of our flowers. Yeah, it's probably too watered down. It is. Can't really see it. So let's try it directly without watering it down. Yep, that's better. So don't water it down. So you just go in and you paint in the middle of your flower. And that gives you the third pop of color. Because the raspberry sorbet is so dark, you gotta put a little bit down to get it covered up. Hang on, I'll lift it up let me get a few done and then I'll lift it up and show you what it is that I'm doing. So basically all I'm doing is giving the flowers a center. With a paintbrush. And I'm just going to do a dot center instead of covering up the whole thing because the wisteria is too light to cover up the raspberry sorbet. The other thing I can do is wait for it to dry, and then Kathy Moon is asking, you can use the other end of my paintbrush. Let's try that. Then I could just do a dot, right? Yeah, that works too. There's really 5 million ways to do this, right? That probably works a little easier. I do have little dot makers too. You know, from fancy painting days. Not that I've ever fancy painted. You all know me. I can't paint anything. But I did attempt at one point to paint when my sister was sick. We had an auction to raise money for her. It was a painted chair auction. It was a very cool auction. People in her community rallied. My sister was an amazing person. But people in the community rallied for her, and we had a painted chair auction, and I attempted to paint. It didn't go very... I mean, I painted, but it was a cute chair. I made a couple of chairs. We all did. It was fun. But... Okay, so again, I'm just putting little purple dots in the middle of my flowers. They're too thick. I need to play with them a little bit, I think. So I'm going to go back to this one. It's on the edge. I do love me some wisteria though. Holy cow. Kathy, this was a good idea to use the other end. See? What would I do without you guys? I couldn't craft. I'll do this guy up here too. I don't know why I'm doing every single flower. I normally wouldn't do that, but ooh, don't do that. I like the pop of purple. I know you guys can't see it yet, so hang on and I'll hold it up and you can see it. Oh, this guy. Since I started doing all of them, I better do all of them or it's going to look silly. And I like the wisteria with the couture coral too. Okay, I think we got them. All right, I'm gonna lift it up so you can see. So see, it has just those little pops of purple in the middle. They're not perfect. This is the one where we colored in the whole flower, and then the rest of them we just did dots. I like the dots better. I need it to dry so I can even it out, because some of them have more than others. It's because it's gloppy. And as it dries, then I can go right over it. Fill them in, make them all pretty. So this is our super cute little sign. So we have raspberry sorbet, couture coral, wisteria, and storm. We used our pattern block. There's, excuse me, there are 4 patterns on here. Oops, let me do this way would be easier for you to see, right? There's the daisies. There's these super fun little dots. There's these stars, which are also very fun. And then there's this really cool wood grain. I just saw somebody take this wood grain and do it on the family tree, where she made the actual tree in the wood grain. It was super cool. But these are the pattern blocks. This is retiring, gone forever, not to be returned. So if you want, and quite honestly, the daisies is the most popular pattern block on there, at least with my group of peeps. It has been. Corona. What do you mean, Angela? Are you talking about the virus? Corona? You need a Corona? All right, so here we go. Here's our super cute, super fun. I'm gonna dry them. My little dots are kind of thick, so it's gonna take a minute for them to dry. Now I have that song, my Corona, stuck in my head. Okay. And then, love this wisteria. Oh, I coughed. Got it, Angela. Thank you. Oh, Angela, I miss you. I'm going to take the glass out to show it to you just because it's not dry yet. Helps if I put my canvas in here properly. My canvas doesn't want to fit. It's just one of those days. My canvas does not want to fit. Okay, so I'm going to mess with my canvas off camera, but this gives you an idea of what it's going to look like in a super cute little frame. Look at how sweet that is. Isn't it adorable? Ooh, don't do that. My chalk paste is wet. Okay. Here's our super cute little home. Thanks for watching me. Okay, so I'm Making Maria. I'm an independent Chalk Couture designer. If you can please do this, it helps me tremendously. So thank you to everybody who takes the time to push that button. It really, really helps me. So thank you for those of you that do that. If you want to check out these products, you can go to www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria. This is the pattern blocks, which is retiring. If you're local to me, I have them. So you're welcome to do a little porch pickup if you want to do some social distancing crafting. This is the Home Together Forever transfer. This is an A-size transfer. It's called Forever Trio. And then we used raspberry sorbet, couture coral, and wisteria chalk paste. And these are on a 5x7 little white canvas board. Very inexpensive. So there you go. That's our fun little, oh, that's where you can see the products. If you're not in the VIP group, hello, you need to get in the VIP group. We have so much fun in there. That's where people post pictures of their projects, and that's where we talk about special bundles. And did you guys see? Jen, did you post your pictures in the group, or did you just send them to me? I think you just sent them to me. No, you posted in the group. So like Jen today, she bought the Boredom Buster package. That was our Make It Monday bundle. And she posted her pictures that she chalked of her bundle, so you should check those out. We do all kinds of fun things in the VIP group. So if you're not in there, You want to go in your search bar, type in Making Maria VIP group and request to join, or comment, add me, and I'll send you the link. Whatever's easier for you. That's all I got tonight. It's time to hang it up and go pick up young Master Joe. So thank you so much for watching me. I make a live demonstration video every evening around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's usually between 9 o'clock and 9:15 that I hit the live button. So if it's not exactly at 9, don't panic. Doesn't mean I'm not coming. Usually it means I'm having technical difficulties, or I've walked down here and thought I had my project all figured out and I don't, so I need the extra 5 minutes to figure out my project. It's usually technology or project related when it's not right away at 9. So, those are all my gory details. Thank you, Verge. She says it's very cute, and again, I rock. Thanks, Verge. Thanks, Verge. Oh, Carol, E with an E, thank you for inspiring me to do the pattern transfer in a way I would have never done it. And that is one of the other nice things about being part of the Chalk Couture community, right? We all inspire each other, and we share ideas of different things that we do and create, and everybody just takes it up to the next level. I mean, it's just amazing to me, the creativity in all of us. So thank you for sharing the things that you make. So 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, or Sunday through Friday, I make videos. So I'll see you back again on Sunday night. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home, and I'll be back at you on Sunday. Thanks, guys. See ya.